Welcome to Death's Darkest Hour, where the line between fate and tragedy blurs. In this video, we'll be exploring 10 harrowing stories of fatal traps and twisted fates that will leave you questioning the very fabric of reality. Imagine being buried alive in a coffin designed for your own demise. Or, trapped in a labyrinthine mansion with no escape from the clutches of madness. These are not fictional tales. They're based on real events, people, and dates that shook the world to its core. In June 1886, a series of bizarre events unfolded in San Francisco's infamous Chinatown. John Geary, a self-proclaimed medium and businessman, had built an elaborate mansion that he claimed would reveal hidden treasures to those who dared to enter. 9 men took up his challenge, but what happened next defied all logic. The structure was said to have been designed by John's brother-in-law, who allegedly infused it with dark energies from the spirit world. As our 9 explorers ventured deeper into the mansion, strange noises and movements began to plague them. It's reported that some men even suffered from vivid hallucinations and nightmares after visiting this ill-fated estate. On June 29, the group decided to split up and explore separate parts of the mansion. The next morning, their bodies were discovered. All 9 had died under mysterious circumstances. Some succumbed to apparent heart attacks or strokes, while others showed signs of extreme physical trauma. The authorities never found any concrete evidence linking John Geary's alleged curses to these tragic events. Yet, rumors persisted about an ancient curse buried deep within the mansion, waiting to unleash its wrath upon unsuspecting visitors. Fast-forwarding to August 1906, a catastrophic earthquake struck San Francisco, leaving the city in ruins. Amidst the devastation, a tragic tale of love and loss unfolded on the shores of the San Francisco Bay. Thomas Hume, an engineer and former soldier, had built a luxury yacht called the Rival. With its gleaming white hull and top-of-the-line amenities, it was meant to be the envy of his peers. However, fate had other plans for Thomas and his family. On that fateful night, the Rival set sail into a tempestuous sea. Despite his expertise, Thomas struggled to navigate through raging waves and dense fog. As the vessel took on water, panic set in among the passengers. Thomas's daughter, Ruth, would later recount the events of that terrifying night. Papa kept shouting for everyone to hold on, but it was too late. I remember feeling like we were all trapped in a nightmare. The last reported words from Thomas Hume were, "My God, it's going down." Tragically, only 2 survivors made it ashore. Of the 17 people who lost their lives that night, including Thomas and his daughter Ruth, none were ever recovered from the depths of the San Francisco Bay. In December 1927, a strange occurrence would go down in history as one of the most chilling railway incidents of all time. In rural Georgia, a small train carrying passengers on its usual route began to experience an eerie phenomenon. As it chugged along the tracks, reports started flooding in about disembodied voices and disembarked luggage reappearing at stations miles ahead of schedule. Passengers claimed to have heard the sound of screams from within the very walls of the train itself. One fateful night, disaster struck when a section of the track gave way beneath a speeding freight car carrying 18 tons of dynamite and explosives. The resulting blast was so massive that it destroyed everything in its path, including the nearby town. Miraculously, only 1 passenger perished that evening, Emily Wilson, who had boarded the train earlier that day. Despite initial claims of foul play, no concrete evidence linked the tragedy to sabotage or a human hand. Some say that on certain nights, you can still hear Emily's cries echoing through the deserted tracks. February 1943 marked one of history's most eerie maritime incidents, and one that would change our understanding of human psychology forever. The crew of the merchant vessel SS Aurang Medan had been at sea for weeks when a mysterious ship appeared on the horizon. As they drew closer, strange noises emanated from within its hull. Reports speak of disembodied voices, screams, and laughter. Despite their initial trepidation, the sailors decided to investigate further. Upon boarding, they discovered that the Aurang Medan had been abandoned for months, with no signs of life or struggle left behind. But then came the unthinkable. As they poked through each cabin, they found the eerie sight of crew members frozen in perpetual terror, their faces contorted into agonized expressions, eyes wide open. It was as if time itself had stood still. Theories ranging from curses to supernatural entities have attempted to explain this phenomenon. Some say that the Aurang Medan remains a ghost ship to this day. In April 1950, a tragic series of events unfolded at an abandoned mansion in rural England. Known as the Maze, its labyrinthine corridors and rooms had captivated local legend for decades. George, a struggling artist with a history of mental illness, had taken up residence within these walls. His family grew increasingly concerned about his well-being as he became more withdrawn, until the fateful night when George vanished into the depths of the maze. When search parties found him 2 days later, they discovered that George had sealed himself inside one of the labyrinth's many chambers. What was left of his mind and body would be forever trapped within those walls. An inquest revealed that George had been suffering from acute paranoia, fueled by delusions of grandeur and an unhealthy obsession with ancient mythology. His descent into madness mirrored the very architecture of the maze, a testament to how design can amplify human fears. October 1967 marked a turning point in modern forensic psychology when doctors at a maximum security psychiatric hospital in Los Angeles discovered something inexplicable. A patient named John, who had been locked away for treating his patients with sadistic experiments, began to exhibit strange behaviors, whispers of ancient incantations echoing from his cell, accompanied by an eerie feeling that someone, or something, was watching. Upon investigation, the authorities found no signs of external interference. Yet, every patient and staff member reported experiencing vivid visions and night terrors after interacting with John. Theories abounded: possession, mental programming, or even interdimensional communication. As the hospital's residents struggled to cope with their own sanity, one conclusion became apparent: that some wounds may never heal. March 1971 marked a new era in exploration as an international team ventured into the depths of the Amazon rainforest. Led by renowned adventurer, Dr. Maria Rodriguez, they aimed to chart unmapped territories and uncover ancient secrets. But fate had other plans for this fearless expedition. As they pushed deeper into the jungle, reports began flooding in about a mysterious presence, a spirit known only as the Wanderer. Locals claimed that anyone who crossed paths with the Wanderer would never return alive. One fateful night, tragedy struck when Dr. Rodriguez's team vanished while investigating an ancient ruin deep within the forest. Their screams still echo through the rainforest to this day, fueling speculation about a long-lost civilization and its malevolent guardian, the Wanderer. December 1983 marked one of history's most enigmatic unsolved mysteries when a lone sailor on the cargo ship SS Polaris received an otherworldly transmission. As he monitored radio frequencies, strange messages began to surface from unknown sources. Some claimed it was a distress signal, others, a warning about impending doom. The crew grew increasingly anxious as the transmissions continued, whispers of ancient rituals and codes hidden within the broadcasts. One stormy night, disaster struck when a massive wave crashed over the ship's deck, carrying several sailors into the abyss. The SS Polaris never recovered its lost crew members. Some speculate that their disappearance was linked to an extraterrestrial presence. April 1992 marked a somber moment in modern history as the world mourned the passing of Princess Diana, but few knew about a related tragedy unfolding across the globe. On Easter Sunday, a mysterious tombstone went missing from a remote cemetery in rural Wales. What initially seemed like an act of vandalism revealed itself to be something far more sinister. Rumors spread that those who disturbed this particular grave would face inexplicable torment, nightmares, visions, and even physical ailments. As authorities investigated, they discovered that the stolen headstone had been placed on a family member's gravesite decades earlier. Witnesses reported an uncanny feeling of being watched as they tried to uncover the truth behind this enigmatic occurrence. Theories abound: curses, interdimensional entities, or even curses from beyond the grave? The mystery remains unsolved. September 2005 marked one of history's most bizarre incidents when a series of seemingly unrelated events unfolded in Tokyo. On September